everybody. You know my next guest from movies like Gladiator and The Devil's Advocate. Well, now she's co-starring in the brand new movie, The Great Raid. Please welcome the lovely Connie Nielsen. You're beautiful, also quite tall.
Yes.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10" and a half.
5'10" and a half. You're wearing heels, so you're 7 feet tall right now.
Yes, I know.
Do you come, is everyone else in your family quite tall? Are you tall for your family, or?
Well, no, actually, I'm the oldest of 4 children, but I'm the smallest person in the family.
Oh,
even
my
my 15-year-old son is taller than me. Everybody's taller.
So they're all just giants.
Yes,
You're
like
the
my
short...
mom, my dad, my little sister towers over me. Everybody towers.
Your little sister towers? How tall is she?
She's like 6 feet or something.
Oh my God!
Yes.
All right. And do you like being tall? Some women, I know, feel they're not comfortable being tall. I think it's fantastic.
No,
I think it's great.
like it. You can see better at concerts, and you can.
It's a nice, practical way to look at it. What about this problem? You've worked with a lot of famous leading men. You've worked with Al Pacino and Russell Crowe and John Travolta, and it's just very common. American leading men aren't usually that tall. Does it bother them? Do you think that you're so tall?
No. I mean, I think John is taller than me. Russell's taller than me. But
Pacino is quite small. I love Al Pacino. Don't get me wrong, but you know he's not a giant guy.
It's true. There's certainly quite a lot of them that are not as tall as me. But you know that's the great thing about it's a scene. It's a movie set, so they can build ramps and.
They build ramps and stuff. So who have they built a ramp for?
Well, I might tell you if you can guess it. I might say...
Pacino. I'm going to say Pacino. They had to have a ramp?
I'm not going to say.
How about an elevator? Well, there we go. We have the answer. You can hear a hydraulic lift during the scene. It's a little distracting. Now, you live here in New York City.
Yes.
Which part of New York do you live in?
Downtown.
Okay, I'll get your address later. Now, but you live here in New York City, and I'm just curious because New York men, if you walk around the city, which I imagine you do, New York men can be so forward. They whistle, they call out. Do you have a way of dealing with that? Does it bother you, or is there a way you have of handling it?
No, it's kind of bothersome sometimes, but I have this ice cold sort of like withering stare that I can use. I actually think that they should make a character for me on X-Men. I could be like called the Witherer.
Witherer, yeah, I've known a few of those. Yeah. So it's just that you just give them this stare, and it just shuts them down.
Yeah, you just go like, let's see if I can do it. Sort of like, say something to me.
Hey, baby, I like what you're doing. Oh, okay, that would do it to me. Man, that was good. That was like the 40-year-old version. What I was saying didn't really even make sense. Hey, baby, I like what you're doing. You can tell I'm not out there a lot.
It never makes sense, Sometimes
no, it's
they
true.
say things that are just like...
Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Well, you've got. That's a great defense. You got to teach me to do that. Now, you're from Denmark. Is that correct? Do you miss Denmark? Do you miss being
there? I go back all the time, and yeah, I go back all the time. So.
Yeah, but it must be quite different from here. I know that they have, the times that I've been over in Europe, I've noticed they just have these holidays that I can't relate to. They're not like our American holidays.
No, it's true. I've had friends who've come to participate in Danish Christmas Eves here in New York, and they just can't believe it when we get up and start singing Christmas carols while we dance around the tree.
You guys dance around? Yeah. See, no one dances around the tree here, unless you get something really great, you know?
No, we dance around the tree.
That power saw made of gold I wanted, then you do it.
Yeah, and I wish they would write some more like that because like some of the songs are really old and kind of like boring. But...
And don't you have some holidays that you believe in elves? You have to appease the elves. It's not
gnomes,
Christmas.
Yeah, we have Christmas gnomes.
I'm sorry, gnomes.
And they're called Nissa, and they live on everybody's attic. And so in order to make sure that they don't, they're very mischievous people.
They like to play tricks on,
They just steal things from you. Like you never find your glasses because they steal them. You never find out where you put your watch because they stole it. Right?
Those gnomes. That must be. Yeah.
So to appease them, we have to put porridge.
Porridge?
Up in the attic.
You stuff porridge in your attic?
Yep.
See,
and you know what? It disappears. Somebody's eating it.
Yeah. The gnomes are gone, and then the rats show up. That's what would happen here in New York City. The gnomes are gone, but... There's no stuffing porridge in the attic here.
Also, because I live in a penthouse, so it's a little hard.
That's a little, yeah, you can't be doing that now.
There's no attic. I am the attic. Yeah.
You are the attic. You can't go there. Do you have a tall ceiling in your apartment?
Yeah.
You have to have that, right? High counters?
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's talk about this movie, The Great Raid. All right, and we have a clip here. What do we need to know to understand this clip? I know what it is, but we want to set this up a little.
This is a movie about the greatest rescue mission during the Second World War. It's like the greatest rescue mission in the history of the American military. And these prisoners of war, you know, very few of them are left. Out of 70,000, only 500 are left and alive, and they're dying. They're dying of disease, and they're not being treated for these, you know, any of these terrible tropical maladies. And so my character, who's a real-life character, she organized this underground, you know, cell that just literally provided them with truckloads, like train loads of medicines that they somehow got through, smuggled in. And in this clip, you'll see, you know, just how dangerous it is and was for those women to get this medicine for them.
Let's take a look at this clip from The Great Raid.
This is not enough.
We agreed on 300.
Miss, there's very little quinine left in Manila. This is worth at least 500. How else will your POW survive?
I'll go get the money. Let's get out of here. It's a setup. Get in the truck.
What about the medicine?
Uy! Pangituin mo siya!
Cora, get in!
That was going to be fun to do. It would be fun to do those action scenes.
Yeah, it's great. It's really great. It's one of my favorite things, you know, I kind of look for when there's stunts in the...
So you look through a script beforehand and you see, like, you get to drive a truck backwards through a gate. And you're like, I want to do this movie.
I have to do this.
That's how I would choose my movies.
Yes,
The Great Raid is in theaters now. Connie, thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Yeah, good to have you on the show. Connie Nielsen, we'll be right back with the Click 5. We'll see you in a second.